Good morning, everyone. It is Friday, January 23rd, 2026. Welcome to my little corner here of the internet world. I'm so glad that you guys are able to join me. Hello, hello. There we go. There's people hopping on. And Jeannie, of course, you get to be the first commenter. Woo woo. Hello and good morning. Good morning, Mary. Hello, hello, everyone. I am Lindsay Potter. I'm your head gardener here at the Yarn Garden in Charlotte, Michigan. And let me tell you, it is really cold in Michigan right now. And it's awful. Like super, super cold. It was a negative temperature, like air temperature was negative this morning, and even more negative wind chill, like negative 25 or something ridiculous. So, ugh, gross. This is not the kind of winter that I like. Good morning, Kendra. You must have not had school either. Actually, I don't think anybody around has school because of these temperatures. Good morning, Christina. Hello, Betty. Hi, Sam. Good morning, Cindy. So you're down in the snow path. Is it actually named Snowstorm Fern? Interesting. I can't wait to see how much you get. Good morning, Jamie. Hi, Sandy. Hello, Kathy. Kathy, did you go for a walk this morning? I can't believe it if you did. Good morning, Kathy. Lori. It is, at least when you're inside looking out, it is very beautiful here because the sky is that shade of blue that you can only get in winter when the snow is beautiful and crisp and sparkly. And yes, it is beautiful from inside looking out. That is for sure. Good morning, Gail. Hello, Kara. Kathy didn't. Okay, thank you, Kathy. That proves to me that you are human. And then you didn't go out for a walk this morning. We live just a couple blocks from here, so very often we walk, and it is usually faster for us to walk rather than have to turn left at a busy intersection. But we decided to go ahead and fire up our vehicle and let her warm up to carry us down here because it was just too cold, and we didn't want Mr. Kingsley's little paws to get too cold either, right? Good morning, Tracy. Hello, Susan. Good morning, Sheila. So we have a big show today. I am excited we're going to have a flash sale. If you've been around here at all, you know, on extreme weather days, I often will do like flash sales here on Facebook, or will, you know, put up some inspiration projects with some yarn on sale to help inspire you, because we're all stuck wherever we are and we all need a little something to look through. So I've got some yarns on sale that I'm going to share with you. I have a new book that I want to show you. I've got a sneak peek at a new exclusive color, and I have been talked into an interview style where I'm actually going to be the one being interviewed by our friend Rae Jane. So we're gonna get through all of this first, Rae Jane, and then we'll come back and I'll introduce her. And she's got 23 questions for me, supposedly knitting related or yarn related, but she says no, maybe not. So you guys are gonna get to know me a little bit better. So we're gonna get to it. I'm actually going to skip the what's on my needles and what I'm wearing until Rae Jane joins me, and we'll do that together. So I'm gonna put down my project. We're gonna get right to it, so that we have lots of time for answering 23 questions from my friend Rae Jane. But I don't know any of them, except I know she's not gonna ask me what my favorite color is, because everyone already knows that. So you won't get to hear that question, I think. I'm assuming. So we have this brand new book. This is a new book from Summer Lee. This is called The Sock Obsession. And I thought this was such a timely release. This is brand new. Such a timely release from Summer. This is called Super Cool Socks to Knit and Show Off. Many of us have set a goal for 2026 that is related to socks in some way. So some of us are aiming to knit one sock a month for the entire year. So we end up with 6 pairs. Some people are actually going for a pair of socks a month. So they'll end up with 12 pairs. And other people chose other goals for 2026. So I thought this was very timely for our goals for the year. So the back of the book says, every sock lover's favorite designer, Summer Lee, returns with a new book to help you build your knitting skills in fresh and exciting ways. Try your hand at boot socks and ankle socks, loafer and cuffed styles, and 25 new patterns. So I believe these socks are done from top to bottom, bottom to top. There's heavier weight yarn, there is cables, there is lace, there's color work, cute little different colored toes. We liked these ones. My friend Tammy pointed these ones out. There's lots of texture in these ones. Lots of knit purl combinations. Look at that. Wouldn't that be fun with scrappy, your little scrappy minis, your gnomelets, what you've got left over? Or even if you had a gradient fingering weight, that would be fun to knit that. Yeah, I think this is a really cute sock with a twisted stitch cable. So anything you could possibly want to explore with socks, I think you could probably find in Summer's new book. Book is $24.99. $24.99. Jason, do you know, is this a featured product?
Yes.
Yes. So this is a featured product right on the homepage of our website, which is yarngardenmichigan.com, and you can reserve your copy there. Remember, even if you're local, but you don't want to get out this weekend because it is so cold, you can always purchase on our website and just choose local pickup. And then we will keep it safe for you until you can get in here, and that way you don't miss out on anything that we have. So of course, we always love to ship. Jason always loves to ship. But if you are local, you don't want to miss out, make sure you choose local pickup, and we'll just keep that safe for you until you can get in here. So yeah, that is a new sock book. Uh-oh, Mindy had shoulder surgery yesterday. Oh no. I hope that you're recovering well and that you can get back to stitching very soon. All right, let's see, what should we look at next? Should we look at the sneak peek from Gnome River? Yeah. Okay, so I have a new exclusive color from Gnome River. It's so new, it's still unnamed, but we're going to take pre-orders for this, and we're going to get the pre-orders set up this weekend. It's not available yet, but it will be by the close of business tomorrow, okay? So we here at the Yarn Garden have always taken a special interest in the Olympics. We always like to create an Olympic project. We like to choose a project for us to work on while we're watching these amazing athletes do these amazing feats of strength and endurance, and celebrate the wins with them. So I always like to choose a project that makes me feel like an Olympic athlete. So what does that mean? That means I'm going to choose something that pushes me or challenges me in some way. So I cast on during the opening ceremonies, and then the goal is to be finished by the end of the closing ceremonies. So we have celebrated that. We've done that, I can't even tell you for how long. Next year will be 20 years. So how many Olympics is that? A lot. So that is something that I'm looking forward to. Now, it does coincide this year with Finished Object February. So it'll be interesting to see how that all works out, right? Anyway, last year, or the last Olympic Games, which would have been in 2024, Gnome River actually came up with a custom color to celebrate the games. So they create, the Olympic committee always comes up with a palette of colors to represent that year's games. So this year I went ahead and we are going to do that again. So this year's games are in Italy, and the color palette, like I saw the color palette, I'm like, could you have picked a more color palette that represented all of my favorite colors any easier, any better? No, they could not have. So this year's, or this Olympic season's color, again, is unnamed, but here is the Olympic color for 2026. So this is all of my favorite colors. It's got hints of soul, it's got a little bit of navy, and it's got Yarn Garden green. It's got amazing chartreuse bright green. So I'm super excited. Again, we're not set up yet for pre-orders, but we will be by the end of the weekend, the end of our work week. So we'll make a separate post here, and once it's named, and you guys can pre-order your Olympic 2026 color. Thanks, guys. I love it. So we will be dyeing it on our 2 full-size bases. So we've got, this is our fingering weight base. This is Gnome's Feet. And then this is our DK base. This is Clever Gnome. So you will be able to pre-order that on either base. And we will be able to get that delivered to you, I mean, hopefully, by opening ceremonies of the Olympics. Thanks, guys. Susan says, name it all my favorites.
I'm Lindsay's favorite.
Right? But then I feel like it needs to like have something to do with the Olympics. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. The other color, the first color was called Go for the Gold. So I'm contemplating just calling this Go for the Gold 26 and keeping it consistent. So we'll see. The other thing is, though, I love this color. And I don't want it to be just for the Olympics. I don't want it to be only an exclusive color for the 2026 Olympics. So I'm considering all of those things when I'm trying to pick a name, because I'm hoping that this will go into our regular color palette lineup. So there we go. Be on the lookout. Again, by the end of the weekend, we will have the pre-order listing up, and you can order whichever base of the 2 bases that you want to collect. I'm not even gonna say you have to knit an Olympic project with it. It just can go into your stash and be lovely. Good morning, Melinda. All right, so that is that. Isn't it beautiful? As I was making it, I was literally giddy. It's like, oh my gosh, I get to use all of my favorite colors. Why have I never done this yet? So I am excited for that. Again, look for pre-orders to be open by the end of our work week, which will be by tomorrow afternoon. Go for the stars. Oh, I like that, Sherry. I was joking and saying, what about go for the browns? But that doesn't seem quite right. We'll figure it out. We will figure it out. Oh, let's see. Cindy says project suggestions. I don't necessarily have one off the top of my head right now, Cindy. I do have a bundle that is our color of the month recommendations, which would have ideas for both bases. And I haven't been able to spend a whole lot of time necessarily thinking about it. I will be making a little heart out of some of it as soon as I get my needles around it. So you'll be able to see how it knits up and get an idea. Ginny says go for the gold in Milan, maybe? And then put the city or the country even in there. That way it reminds you. I like that. I like that. Okay, so that is the Olympic color. I'll just flash it one more time because I think it's beautiful. That is our Olympic color for 2026. Pre-orders, again, will be open by the end of the week. End of our week, which is tomorrow. All right. How are we doing on time? Oh, 11:15. Perfect timing. All right, so now, as I was saying earlier in the video, when the weather makes it hard to get out and shop, which, I know, I'm very well aware that I don't necessarily sell things that you need. So when it is so yucky outside, when it is either bitterly cold like it is now, when it is snowing a lot, or even when it's hot, I've done this in the summer too, I like to do a flash sale. That way you can still get some goodies, find some new projects, but you don't have to get out in the yucky weather. So we are running a flash sale. This will be up and running until we come back to work on Tuesday at 11. So all weekend you can peruse these 6 yarns that will be on sale. They're 25% off. I know you guys are going to ask me how much they are. And I don't have that information in front of me, but it is 25% off, and you can see on our website what the price is for these items. So let's take a look. First is the yarn that I used to make this sweater. So the first yarn that is up for grabs in our flash sale today is Wizard, and I even grabbed the color of my sweater. So Wizard is regular price $25.95. It's a 100-gram ball, 262 yards, and this is I want to say Aran to bulky. Berroco wants to classify this as super bulky, and I don't really agree with that. They recommend 14 to 16 stitches and 20 to 23 rows using a 10 or 10 and a half. So to me, that's more like Aran weight to bulky. So again, that's Wizard. It is a superwash merino and nylon blend chainette construction, super light. And again, it is 25% off the original price of $25.95. And because I know you're going to ask, the pattern for the sweater that I'm wearing is called Turtle Dove 2. Turtle Dove 2. It is the Turtle Dove option for the gauge that is 16 stitches to 4 inches. The first one is a little bulkier. So that is the pattern name, Turtle Dove 2, for my sweater that I'm wearing, knit out of Wizard. So that is yarn number 1 that is available for our flash sale. Now, you can go to our website, yarngardenmichigan.com, and scroll down a little bit and you'll see a featured category. It says Snow Day Flash Sale. You can click on that and you'll see all 6 yarns that are part of the flash sale, and you'll be able to see pricing information there, and you can place your orders right there on the website. And again, if you're local, make sure you just choose local pickup, and we'll keep it safe for you until it is safe to travel again, or warm enough that you want to emerge from your warm cocoon, and we'll keep it safe for you until then. So that was number 1. Yarn number 2 is a yarn from Juniper Moon Farm called Fairy Floss. This is Fairy Floss. So Fairy Floss is, again, a 100-gram ball, 328 yards. So you get a ton of yarn on here, but it's still considered a super bulky. So that means that the yarn itself is really, really light, but very fluffy. Like you can get a thicker gauge than you might think with this yarn. This is extra fine wool, baby alpaca, and polyamide. Regular price is $31.95. $31.95. So it's 25% off from that price until Tuesday at 11 when we turn the sale back off. So again, this is Fairy Floss. Project is the Sydney cowl. This takes 1 ball, and it is not made for a giraffe, even though it looks like it is super long. The fabric scrunches up beautifully and keeps you nice and extra warm and cozy. Or, if you need to, you can pull it up over your head and tuck it all in there, and then you can go out and take your dog outside to go potty, because they don't want to go outside in weather like this, that's for sure. So there you go. That is the Sydney cowl. That is a free pattern when you purchase the yarn from us, or you can find the pattern for $5 or $6, I think, on Ravelry. So that's a 1 skein project using Fairy Floss. All right, next yarn up. This is Young and Trendy. You'll probably see a little bit of a theme here. I chose the yarns that we need to keep warm during times like this. So Young and Trendy is a, 100% wool. This is a 100-gram ball, 87 yards. Regular price is $18.95. So remember, that's the original price, so it's 25% off from $18.95. Let's see, I already gave you 100 grams, 87 yards, $18.95 for a ball. You can knit a beanie out of 1 ball, but if you want anything with a brim or even something that's a little slouchier, you're going to want to grab 2 of these. And they self-stripe like this hat. Again, this is a free pattern when you purchase even just 1 ball of the yarn. But if you want anything that is even a little bit longer with a little bit more of a slouch, you want to make sure you grab 2 of those. So self-striping, bright fun colors, I don't have the color left for the hat, so don't love this one. But we have several other beautiful colors available to choose from to make this cute little hat. So again, that's $18.95, and it's on sale for 25% off right now. All right, we got three more, and then Rae Jane's gonna come and ask me, what was it, 23 questions? 23 questions. Okay, next yarn up in our flash sale is Lucky Tweed. I hardly ever mark this yarn down, guys. Lucky Tweed is 100% merino wool, 100 gram hank, 210 yards. So this is not the super bulky like we've been looking at, but this is a really nice woolly wool that will help keep you warm during this cold spell. So they're recommending 15 to 17 stitches to 4 inches on a 7 to an 8. Regular price is $22.95. Regular price is $22.95. So it is 25% off from that price for our flash sale. If you want a one skein project, this hat is our Pine Grove hat design. This takes one skein. And it is, this particular hat was knit by my lovely friend Maggie. She test knit the pattern for me. Thank you, Maggie. So again, you can get this gorgeous, there's the crown decreasing. Get this gorgeous yarn for 25% off. There are sweater quantities in several colors still, so make sure you check that out quickly if you think you want to adopt some of this lovely yarn. I know, Dana, I love it. As I was putting it on sale, I'm like, oh, I don't know if I want to do this. But spread the love. Spread the love. Okay, our last two yarns are our two cashmere yarns, cashmere blend yarns, which I thought was a good yarn to put on sale this time around because cashmere as a fiber is a warmer fiber than wool all by itself. So let's take a look at our two cashmere bases. Payuma cashmere, this is a 25 gram ball, which should tell you how fluffy and light and beautiful this yarn is, that this only weighs 25 grams, when this is basically the same size, and this weighs 4 times as much as this. There is 82 yards on this 25 gram ball. Regular price of Payuma cashmere is $17.95, and it is 25% off. There you can see a strand of it. It is a really pretty halo style. You know I hate to say the word soft, but oh my goodness, this is so soft. It is so lovely. 2 balls of this will make this adorable little accent scarf. And I say accent scarf just because of the size. It's still got a lot of warming power, even though it is really small. You can wrap it around double and just do a cute little tie, cute little sassy tie, and that will really help keep you really nice and warm. So again, this is 2 balls, and this is also a free pattern with purchase. Again, it's just a cute little shallow triangle little scarf. Quick, easy. It's got a nice little I-cord edge, but is a fairly simple knit even for a beginner. So again, that is done with the Payuma cashmere, which is 25% off until we come back to work on Tuesday at 11 o'clock. So look at this beautiful hot pink color. I happened to grab this color in honor of my friend Rae Jane because she loves hot pink, which is also why I chose hot pink lipstick. All right, and our last yarn in our flash sale is this lovely Cashmere Dreams blend. This is 65% cashmere, 35% silk, and it is that beautiful halo style lace weight yarn. I'm trying to grab a strand of it so I can show you. So it is very fine. Like you can't even hardly see it up against my skin tone. But you can use this anywhere that you would use a mohair. So anywhere that you might use Ariel from Berroco, Kid Silk Haze, you can add this to any project. Or you can knit this delightful little keyhole scarf that takes 1 skein. So this wraps around. And again, it's a tiny little thing and it weighs hardly anything, but that little extra layer of warmth can make all the difference on days like this. You probably wouldn't layer it with a turtleneck, but you know, you could. But anyway, that's one ball. Again, that is a free pattern with purchase, or you can find it on Ravelry. I think it's just called Keyhole Scarf. So there you go. Those are our 6 sale yarns you can find in the Snow Day Flash Sale on our website. Again, all of these yarns are 25% off, and they will be through the weekend. We will change prices back on Tuesday at 11 o'clock. All right, so remember, friends, if you're local and you still want to purchase some of these, you can choose local pickup when you check out on the website. All right, and now I can't wait for you guys. Most of you already know our good friend, Miss Rae Jane Courtwright. I'm sure you recognize her name at the very least. But I would like to introduce her in person. So Rae Jane, if you want to come join me. Hello, friend. Hello. I'm so glad you're here.
I'm excited.
I'm nervous.
You might need to be. No, they're going to be fun.
Okay, so Rae Jane had approached me with this idea. Come on, get closer. We have to be very friendly friends.
Okay.
She approached me with this idea a while ago. Well, you explain it. You saw it somewhere else.
So I saw it on Knit Stars, which I purchased last year, and the host of Knit Stars, her first name is Shelley. She does this with each of the designers for the season, and she calls it 19 questions. So they're just random questions that the designer knows nothing about, and our famous designer is Lindsay Potter, so we have to do our questions with Lindsay Potter to get to know her even better.
Yeah, I'm nervous. And as I already said, you're not going to find out what, I didn't find out what the questions were, although she did tell me that she's not going to ask what my favorite color is, because everybody knows, right? All right, so we got some comments. Karen says, so fun. Hi, Rae Jane. Mom says, hi, friend. Beth is watching, says, hey, girl.
Hello, friend.
JV says, yay, hi. And Jeannie says, you're wearing the sweater I suggested.
She did. Jeannie dressed me today.
I love it. So before we get into our questions, whenever I do an interview style, usually I'm the one asking questions, but it still works the same way. I always like to ask what you're knitting. So Rae Jane, what are you working on right now?
So I'm working on a couple of things, because we're coming up on Finished Object February, but one of the most exciting things I'm working on right now is the Yarnivore.
Yes.
I know Lindsay just dyed this more and on the opposite base, right? We had it in our Creature Comfort box for Small Business Saturday on the DK base, and I know you reproduced that and the fingering. So I just made it to halfway last night.
Awesome.
So, but the pattern says I should have used approximately half of my yarn, and now I'm ready to start decreasing. So It's been a really fun little pattern.
Awesome.
And I love the cushiness of it.
Yes, so we do have Yarnivore is available now on both Clever Gnome and Gnome's Feet. Yes. Good thinking on bringing that project.
It was timely. It was very timely. It's what I was finishing up last night. Another item that I'm working on, actually 2 items. This was inspired or done for the class that Lindsay hosted and Karen Collins taught in January, the 2 at a time socks. So I chose to make little ones to get my technique down. So this was the first time I'd done the 2 at a time, and the whole, year of the socks, right?
Yeah.
And so I thought it was timely. You've got the new book out from some release. So I thought this was an appropriate one to bring and show. And this is using Gnome River Yarns. When I first joined the Yarn Garden, this was a Nomentine color that you had done that February. And then the other one, I want to say is Petal Pink.
Yep.
Is that the right name of it?
It is.
So I'm inverting those.
And what do you think of 2 at a time?
It's not bad. It's not. It probably won't be my
hesitation.
everyday preference, but I'm enjoying learning the technique. And Lindsay often says to us that she doesn't want us to not pick a pattern because we don't understand the technique or the way to do it. So she wants us to choose a pattern because we enjoy it. So I'm pushing myself to learn different things about socks this year. So
I love it.
That's why I'm doing 2 at a time. But notice I chose a size 3 little girls sock so that I didn't have to figure out a big sock. But overall, it isn't really that bad.
Yeah.
It's just maybe
a
not.
glowing recommendation. No, I'm just kidding. You all know, I'm sure, how I feel about the project, the technique. I didn't teach it. I don't like it. But that's the lovely thing about being a part of a community like this, is that there are people that love it,
Right.
and to learn the technique and make your own choice on whether you want to proceed with it. I don't mind it if I have to produce a pair of socks. Like if I'm on a deadline, or I need to finish socks because I need the socks, not because I want to enjoy the process, then I can do 2 at a time because I'm sitting and I can manipulate the yarn like it's comfortable for me. But that's not usually why I knit socks, so it's not my favorite.
And I really found, the cast on is tricky. And then when I got to the gusset, that was tricky, but Lindsay really helped me out with that. And our good friend Maggie helped me out with getting the stitches oriented for the gusset. But then the other sections I really feel like are pretty standard.
Yeah.
It's just going back and forth between 2 socks. And so far I have not knit with the wrong strand.
Yeah.
But it helps that I'm using 2 different colors.
Yeah, that was smart. That was good thinking on your part. All right, and you got another
And then
project.
the last one I brought was it's from my favorite things is the pattern. It's a cardigan, and it is the number 8 cardigan. It's a pretty fancy name, the number 8 cardigan. And I am using a Berroco yarn, if you can't already tell that I got from Lindsay's adoption sale in early 24. It's called Rika, and I don't think you carry this particular
I don't
one
carry
anymore.
it. Actually, I don't even know if it's made anymore.
Which is probably why it was on the orphan sale, but but I absolutely love it. So I'm ready to start sleeves, and then I'll have to do the button band, and this will be finished in Finished Object February. But I'm very proud of my pockets because some of my friends made a suggestion that I do sewn in pockets instead of the pattern called for sewn on pockets. So I had to figure that out.
Yeah, I love it. I love it, Rae Jane. All right, and I didn't get to go through what I was working on, so let me just quick show off. This is my January sock, so I'm well on my way through the foot. This is the first sock for a pair for Miss Natalie, who is watching because they didn't have school. So that has been on my needles. I've been trying to do 10 rounds a day, not very successfully, but it's a goal. It's a thought.
It's a thought.
It's a thought. And then I have my Bruised Heart colorway that is not down here at the moment, but it is dyed and will be available again soon. I'm knitting one of my sample hearts. So one of my little sample hearts so you guys can see how the yarn knits up. So I'm working on that. The pattern's called Palpitations from Hunter Hammerson. And that is with my, again, Bruised Heart colorway. And then my Literally scarf. Literally just a scarf. But that is the name. It's called Literally from Martina Behm. And it is done using a new yarn from Noro called Coma. So that is what has been on my needles. I have been spending a lot of time on the computer designing some stickers.
Ooh.
Oh boy, there's a little hint right there.
We love stickers.
All right. Okay. So that's it, right?
Are you ready?
We talked about what we were working on. We talked.
Yep.
Oh, you need to share what you're wearing.
I am wearing my Any Day sweatshirt, and it literally has a feature that really makes. I don't know if you can really see it here.
Oh, yeah.
There's a little.
That little V.
The little V that you'll find on most sweatshirts. So this was a sweater I finished last February, Finished Object February, and I love it because it was a yarn that does the work for me, and it was one of the very first sweaters that I attempted, and I had to figure out how to make a sweater. I didn't want to figure out how to do all these fancy stitches. So
Yeah.
it worked for me, and I ended up with a sweater.
It looks great.
So thank
Fits you beautifully.
Yes, I'm enjoying it.
Okay. All right, Rae Jane.
Okay, Lindsay Potter, we are going to get to know Lindsay Potter at a whole nother level. So, like we said, 23 questions for Lindsay Potter. And as a reminder, she does not know what these questions are.
Although I did get a random question yesterday.
She did. I asked her if she had a dishwasher at home, and she said yes. And that's all I said. I had to know that.
Yeah. So there we go.
Okay, so first question, Lindsay. What notion or tool is in your bag that you cannot live without?
Oh, the handy tool from Susan Bates.
That's mine.
Hands down. Although stitch markers too. I use stitch markers for everything.
Very good.
Yep.
Very good. Okay, if you can only knit with one yarn for the rest of your life, what would it be and why?
Oh my gosh. Okay, knee-jerk reaction is Noro. I know that's not one specific yarn, it's a brand. And isn't that terrible? It should be Gnome River, but knee-jerk reaction is Noro.
Okay, right. That's the one that I could have asked her if she could only knit with one color, what would it be? But we all know that it would be teal, soul, like those lines.
Yeah.
Those
Yep.
lines. Okay, so most of us, I think hopefully all of us, know that Lindsay is also a pattern designer. She's published many patterns, which is another reason I'm doing the Yarnivore, because it just got published on Ravelry.
It did. It is available now.
Yes.
Yep.
So what is your favorite pattern that you've ever designed?
The Prickly Thorns cowl. The Prickly Thorns cowl. And I actually need to, it was originally designed for Seed Club, and I was designed in conjunction with my friend AJ from AJHC Wools for the color that she dyed for that month. Yeah, Prickly Thorns cowl. I need to reknit it in a Gnome River yarn, a fingering weight for Gnome River to have it on display, but I love it.
I need to go check it out. I don't think I've ever looked at it closely.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'll be checking that out. Prickly Thorns cowl.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, question number 4. What garment or item is in your closet that you will never part with?
Oh man, my favorite pair of jeans. I didn't make them.
Nope, that was not part of the question.
Or boots. I don't know. I'm going to stick with my favorite pair of jeans.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. Okay, a little bit non-fiber related. Describe your favorite sweet treat in 3 words.
Chocolate, caffeine, hot.
Nice. Very good. Lindsay, what's your go-to knitting project when the world just seems too loud?
I would say it has more to do with the color, maybe, than the project or the thing itself. And it would be, it's kind of like asking my favorite color a little bit, and it would be, the color that makes me the most happy, which is usually soul or a dark teal, but sometimes it's just whatever seems bright and a light that I can look at, and while I'm knitting it, makes me happy.
And our knitting, crafting, our fiber crafting should bring us joy.
Yeah.
So that's super sweet. I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, Lindsay. We all know Lindsay is also an avid reader.
Oh, yeah.
Whether it be audiobooks or a physical book. What are 3 characteristics of your favorite fictional book boyfriend?
Okay, let's see. Shoot. Favorite?
You gotta choose boyfriend.
I know. That's the hard part. I'm trying to choose just one book boyfriend. Very protective. Muscly. And I don't know, Rae Jane.
It's hard.
It is. It is. Smart.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very
yeah,
nice.
Yeah. Am I blushing? Feels like
Yeah.
I might be blushing a
A
little
little
bit.
bit, just a little bit. Yeah, we had to make Lindsay think, and
Yeah,
these
yes.
were all. I already had that question on there, but our friend Jeannie told me I had to throw in one naughty question, so we'll just consider that our one naughty question. Okay, so what's one thing that you wish makers would stop stressing about?
Perfection. Yeah. Just
Enjoy
that.
the process.
Yep.
What's the number one life-changing knitting tip or crocheting, fiber crafting tip that you've ever heard?
Life-changing. You don't have to match your gauge perfectly to the designers, but you do have to know what your gauge is.
I had a little bit shocked. I thought you were saying like we didn't have to gauge swatch, but
No,
I know
no,
that's
no,
not what
no,
she was
no, no,
saying.
no.
I totally
No,
know what she was
no.
saying. Okay, let's see. We are on number 10.
Number 10.
Okay, so which would you rather have? Yarn that never tangles or needles that knit twice as fast?
Man. I actually like to untangle yarn. So needles that can knit faster. I do. I enjoy it. It's a solvable problem.
There you go.
Even if I have to cut it, it's still solvable.
See, my go-to is cutting it, but I have a very patient husband who enjoys that type of thing, and he does all the yarn untangling.
Nice.
Yes. Okay, let's see. If you could teach one thing to every new fiber crafter, what would it be?
How to fix mistakes.
You got to be able to read those mistakes.
You do. You have to be brave.
Excellent.
Yeah, it's just knitting. It's just crocheting.
Number 12, what's your current non-fiber related obsession?
Polymer clay. I know. You didn't even know that.
I did not know that. I know
Yeah.
you said recently that you had like gotten into something new, but you haven't told us what it is.
Yeah.
So I have made the little hearts that are dangling from my earrings here.
And I have on my little heart here, I've made this cute little stitch marker. And I have some magnets coming so I can glue on other creations that I've made. So yeah, polymer clay.
Excellent.
Yeah.
We'll have to stay tuned to see what else she creates. Okay, Lindsay, what's your go-to knitting snack? Sweet, salty, or caffeinated?
Salty.
Salty.
Pretzels specifically. Or Triscuits. I love a good Triscuit too.
Very good. Very good.
But like sweet a lot of times is melty and gets your fingers dirty. So then it,
Yes. You gotta coordinate. It's got to be able to go with yarn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no cheesy things like no Doritos.
No Cheetos.
Or Cheetos
No.
or those cheesy balls, although I do like those. But not while I'm knitting.
No. Morning maker or midnight knitter?
Midnight knitter.
Yeah. You're like me. We're not morning people.
No.
We're not morning people.
No, I read in the morning.
Good alternative.
Yeah. Or huddle in the corner of the couch with my coffee.
I'm excited to hear this one, Lindsay.
boy.
What's something you believed as a kid that you now find funny?
What is something I believed as a kid, but I now find funny? I believed that going into quilt shops was the most boring thing that I can ever describe as a child. I hated it. And now I love it. I love going into quilt and fabric shops because of all the possibilities. You
Right.
look around and there's all these possibilities. So growing up, my mom was a quilter, a fabric user, more than we were into knitting yet. And oh my gosh, I hated going into fabric. I was so bored, which is like the worst thing for a kid, right? Is to be
Right.
bored. But yes, now I think it's funny that I hated that, and now
Absolutely.
I own a specialty shop like that.
Yes. Yes. I wonder if we asked your girls what they would say about going into the quilt shops and the yarn shops and all of that. But I've just realized that one of the girls really enjoys thrifting with knitting.
Yes.
So,
Yes. And it's not that one watching.
no.
Oh, Jamie, she came up with that narwhals were fake.
That's what I thought you would say.
No,
that's the one I thought you would say.
That's a good
Go
one
ahead.
too. Yeah. So I was very old when I realized that narwhals were a real creature. Yeah, that's true. And yeah, I can't even say as a kid though. I was.
Have you ever seen one? Or
No.
bought that one?
No.
Then
How do I know that that's true?
yeah.
It's a conspiracy.
Yeah.
They're fake.
Your other child taught Jeannie and I about a lunicorn.
Oh, yes. That's
So they may or may not be
who knows.
fake. We don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know. Okay, what's a non-fiber crafting skill that helps you as a designer?
A non-fiber that helps me as a designer. Well, how about this? It's a skill that I wish I could develop more, or had the patience to develop more, and that is using design and graphic design software on a computer. Like I have skills in those areas, but I wish I had more. But I wish I could just know it. I don't want to have to learn it. I just want to absorb the knowledge and know how to do it. There's a lot that goes on in design, even social media content, all of it, that requires you to use software like that. And it is not my favorite thing, and I wish I could just know how to do it and not have to learn.
I thought for sure you'd say something about math, but that's how you feel about wish you knew more about design, or just like you just would know it. That's how the most of the rest of us feel about knitting math.
Yeah.
we just don't get it.
Yeah.
But that's why we have you to help us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very good.
And new books.
New books.
Yeah.
That
yeah.
sold out in
Yes.
like a week.
I ordered more. They're coming.
Excellent.
I did not authorize that.
He didn't. You're not here all the time anymore, so there.
Thank
Jamie
you.
says she's still not convinced that narwhals are real. Yeah, see?
We're going to be on the hunt, Jamie.
Yep. Yep. Let's see. Shiloh says, I believe teachers lived at school. Yes, yes. So my mom growing up was the librarian at my elementary school.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So I guess I had a little bit of an inside track there because, she was my mom. So she didn't live at the school. So then my teachers probably didn't either.
Okay, that makes sense. Very logical.
Yeah.
Very logical.
Okay. Next one.
Okay, let's see. So, Lindsay, I know that you're very proud, as you very well should be, about the fiber community that you've built, this vast community of all of your viewers today. What's something that you've learned from that community that you've built?
Something I've learned from the community, how important it is for women to have friendships and gather and have a safe space.
Well said.
Yeah.
Very well said.
What? The witchcraft, yes. Yes. Some might call it witchcraft.
Stitchcraft.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay, let's see. Number 19. When you start a project, do you plot it, play with it, or just pray?
Depends, actually. What is the project for? Is it a personal project or is it a sample project? Yarn Garden sample projects have a lot more thought that goes into it. And so, otherwise, I just want to play if it's a personal project.
That's good to know that you like to just play and create too, not just that you have to do it because this is your job.
Right. So with Gnome River, same way. If I know that this is a color like Yarnivore that I have to recreate multiple times, or a color of the month I have to recreate multiple times, then there's a very precise mathematical and scientific way that I take notes and make sure I measure things precisely and all that to make my notes. And sometimes when I just want to create, I want to make a wildflower that I can't reproduce, I can just
play.
Throw the die around and do whatever I want.
Well, we love that you give yourself permission to just do that because we end up benefiting from these fun wildflowers.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's see. What's something surprising we might not know about you?
Something surprising. What are you smiling at, Natalie? She thinks she knows.
What would
something
Natalie
surprising.
say about this question?
What is something surprising? I don't know. You guys know everything about me, I feel like. Something surprising.
You can think about it. We can come back to it.
Yeah, do you have an idea? What's something surprising they might not know about me?
You have 4 children.
Oh, that I have, 5, technically, if you count Kingsley. Yes. So Olivia says that I have 4 children. I have 2 older stepdaughters that are adults, that are grown-ups, and then my 2 twinnies, and then Kingsley, of course. So, yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, we can go with that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, Lindsay does have a life outside of this fiber community. She has a beautiful family. They're all amazing.
Ooh.
Okay, on the countdown here. What's a perfect creative day look like for you?
No talking to me until I've had my coffee. And while I'm drinking my coffee, I'm either reading or maybe scrolling through Pinterest for some inspiration to prep my day. And then I would like to play with the polymer clay for a while. That's really been a lot of fun. I think I'm really enjoying it because it is totally not fiber related at all. Oh, this might be a little surprising fact. When I was in college, my minor was in studio art and my medium was ceramics.
Oh.
So I have a little background with manipulating clay. So I think that's another thing that has really appealed to me about this polymer clay. And I played around with it when I was younger too. So being able to lose myself in that process and create just for the sake of creating, and then ending my day. I usually end my day with knitting or crocheting on the couch.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. While you're binge watching something.
Yeah. Yep. Or audiobook.
Watching Dad play video games.
Or watching Dad play video games. Although usually I have my audiobook in.
Well, you can watch him play while you're listening to your audiobook and knitting.
Yes. Yes.
You're a multitasker.
Absolutely.
Okay, here's the dishwasher question, Lindsay. They say in every relationship, one partner loads the dishwasher like a Scandinavian architect, and the other one like a raccoon on meth. Which one are you?
Definitely the raccoon. I am cramming those dishes in wherever I can fit them. And Jason is definitely more of the organized, there's a correct way to do it. Me, not so much. My silverware is going up and down.
It's just in the dishwasher.
It's in the dishwasher. When he loads it, like the forks go in one compartment, the spoons go in another. No. Who's time for that? No. Just in there. Yeah, definitely I am the raccoon.
I saw this question done on one of the ones that I saw originally from Knit Stars, and I believe the designer's name is Franklin Habit.
Yeah.
And he was asked this question. He said the same thing, that he's the raccoon on meth with opinions about the Scandinavian architect's style.
That's funny. I like that one.
Okay, Lindsay. Question number 23.
All right, last one.
If you could sit down with your younger self and offer one piece of advice, what would it be?
Just do it. Yeah, listen to your gut, because sometimes your heart lies. Listen to your gut and trust it.
Love it.
Yeah.
Well, that's 23 questions with Lindsay Potter. I hope
that
you
was
all
so
enjoyed it
fun.
and learned a little bit more about Lindsay.
Yeah.
I had fun.
That was so fun. Thank you, Rae
Thank
Jane.
you.
That was awesome. All fun. All right, how do we do on time? It's
we did pretty good.
11:53. That was perfect timing. That was absolutely okay. So we have some comments now.
Yeah.
Martha says up and down is correct. Well, but I mean, like sometimes the bottom, like the eating surface is down and up, or up. Not that they're up and down, but that they're going in opposite directions. Yes. Oh yes. Another surprising thing about me is I showed horses growing up. You might not have known that about myself. I was.
And you worked on Mackinac Island for at least one season.
Okay, there are funny, surprising things. Yeah, I was a barrel racer, so I competed at fast. I did fast things. Yeah, none of the fancy stuff for this girl. That was awesome. I loved that, Rae Jane. That was a great idea.
Thanks for letting me crash your party.
Absolutely.
And have some fun this morning.
Absolutely.
Okay.
All right, so I got a few more minutes, so I just want to catch you guys up. Again, there is a Snow Day Flash sale going on, so make sure you check that out on our website. Again, yarngardenmichigan.com. Scroll down just a little bit and you'll see the graphic. You can click on it and see all 6 yarns that are 25% off through our weekend. So on Tuesday, they'll go back to regular price. And next Feature Friday, is going to be our kickoff to Finish Object February. So next Friday is January 30th. So you still won't be able to actually get your bingo card until February 1st. But we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna kick it off. I'm gonna explain the rules, talk about some new squares that might be making its way to the bingo card. So make sure that you are tuning in next Friday for our kickoff to Finish Object February bingo. And thank you guys for joining us. And thank you again to Rae Jane for joining me and interviewing me. I had a blast, and I hope that you guys learned some things about me as well. All right, you guys have a fabulous weekend. Stay warm, stay dry, and get some stitching done, and we'll see you next week.